guys, welcome back to the Enlightened Logger channel. Today I'm working on a monster pickup that was a crane job from yesterday that got everything staged for me in the driveway. I got backed in. It was a little over an hour drive to get here, so it's quite a ways away from the shop. So some of this stuff's pretty big. I may have to cut it in half. We'll see if the loader will pick it up or not. We'll get her loaded in here. We've got a beautiful fall morning. It's pretty crisp. We had a low of about 35 at our place last night, so it's supposed to get to, I don't know, low to mid 60s today, so it'll be a beautiful day, and some of these layers will be coming off. I'm going to put you guys on the helmet cam and get everything set up. Here's some of that stuff that I was talking about. This is right in that probably 32, 34 inch diameter. The butt log is bigger than that. You're in that 36 to 38 or a little bit better. So this is some big heavy stuff. It's oak. Like I said, I'm parked pretty close to it, so we'll see if I'm able to lift it or not. But I'm gonna get my pad set up here. And we'll see what we can do. I think it's going to be up over 2 loads as well, or up over 1 load, but we'll see. Plus with the added weight, we'll see if it's something I even want to try and haul in one. There we go, stiffen it right up some. Make sure you guys can see all right. See those beautiful fall colors peeking out of that dogwood and the maple over there. Just that piece is pretty heavy. Got it rotated around here before I go picking it up too much. Get it as close to the truck as I can. There we go. This load being as big and as heavy as these pieces are, it's going to take some little bit extra strategy. Shoved over there. We're going to take our time getting it loaded today because it's, like I said, it's a big heavy load here, and I'm not afraid to get down and cut them if necessary, because the crew leader I was able to talk to about this morning said that a couple of them, the full-size skid was struggling with, so when a full-size skid struggles to pick them up. And this is just a, you know, it's an older Cat wheeled loader, so it's not exactly you know, a new machine that's 12,000+ pounds or whatever. But still, it's a big enough machine. It's probably an 80 horse or 85 horse, whatever it is. You know, when something like that struggles, you know, you got a pretty serious load on for sure. Like I said, a couple of these are pretty stout looking, so we'll see. Get a little bit better bite on that. Like pick them up, twist them a little bit. Wish I had the camera rolling on my drive here. I had a tractor trailer cut me off. If I hadn't hit the brakes pretty hard and taken evasive action, he would have clipped my front end and it would have been a nasty wreck, because we were doing probably 55 or 60 or so. You know, we're on the highway, so we're buzzing right along, and that clown decides to yank it in front of me, and no signal light, nothing. And like I said, if I hadn't have taken those actions, it definitely would have resulted in an accident. I mean, that's how close he was. He was really close to my front end. No, it's not the same as driving a small car. I don't know what he was thinking. He clearly didn't look in his mirrors. Being that I've got my Class A now, I get a little bit of it, you know, because owner-operators are under a lot of stress to get, you know, to get product wherever they're supposed to be and, you know, make their deadlines and whatever. But, I mean, there is absolutely no excuse driving like that. Absolutely no excuse. I mean, if you get in an accident or you know, worse, if you're the cause behind an accident, and, you know, somebody dies, or even if not, even if everybody's fine, how much time is that going to take? You know what I mean? That's going to take a super long time out of your day. Where's all that savings now, you know, with driving like that? You didn't save any time. You know what I mean? We're gonna try this trick Jake was telling me about. He said if you want to get one off the ground like this, in this scenario, use the extension. That'll help pick it up. Seemed to work pretty well. That moved up there as far as I can. I don't really know what else to do with some of these pieces. This one here I'm not too sure about. Might have to cut him. I don't know. We'll see. Alright. I don't know if I can get the grapple around him or not. Might have to try and roll him over. I can pull him towards me and put that short piece up so I can grab onto it. No, that's not what I wanted to have happen. It was started. That's a little closer to what I was thinking. Obviously, I don't like lifting them this way because there's so much of the weight that is underneath. But the way the piece is, I don't know if I have much choice. I don't know. There we go. There we go. Very gently set them in there. That's what I was looking for, and that's exactly where I wanted it to go. So that worked out pretty good. Do that trick again. Yes, it picked it up, but this keeps it pretty close to the machine as well. good spot for that guy. Yeah, there's something telling me that just on weight alone, I probably should consider taking this somewhere. I don't think there's any way I'm going to get the rest of that in here, so I'm going to, at least safely, that's a lot of weight, and that's still a lot of tree left. So I think I'm gonna get down, make a call, see what they want me to do, where they want me to take this. Because again, that's a half a load left, and there's 2/3 of a load on here. I'm definitely over a load. So, and with the weight of this, I don't feel real comfortable putting all that on here. I mean, if it was a super short drive, maybe, but it's over an hour and 15 minutes. So I'm gonna make a couple of phone calls, and we'll be right back with you guys. Guys, so I went ahead and made a couple of phone calls and could not find a home for this stuff that was closer than the yard, believe it or not, even though it was an hour drive. We didn't have any other good drop zones out that way, so I went ahead and brought everything back to the yard here. I'm going to go ahead and get the truck set up quick and get it offloaded. I'll show you guys what that looks like. But here's the debris pile that's building up since we ground here, oh, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 weeks ago. Oops, sorry, tipping you guys around. But that's what it looks like right now. So on this current path, this trajectory we're on, we're gonna need to grind again in probably another 8 weeks, maybe 10, somewhere in there. This is the time of year things slow down just a skosh. Between now and Christmas, but still, this is a monster pile already, so we're gonna have to get back to doing that. And you can see on this other side, I'll flip you around here, this is the big stuff that we're gonna have to shear and get that into smaller chunks, and that's building up pretty quick. A good percentage of what I've got on the truck here is all that stuff as well, so it's not exactly something that's small and easily handled. Got some junk logs here that were just rotten over in the corner, but a lot of this stuff here is new. Came in the last few days, last couple weeks. Just big old chunks here. Again, all that's got to be broken down into usable product, and that takes time, you know, with a shear on that excavator and smashing away at that. So like I said, we're only about another 8 weeks or so from having to grind again, so we got lots to do. Put you guys on the helmet cam, we'll get back to work. So I told you this morning I had to start out with the 2 layers on because it was 35 when I left the house, and it's already up to the upper 50s at least. I Had to lose my sweatshirt. I'm down to just the long sleeve shirt at this point. And maybe by the end of the day, get back down to a t-shirt. We'll see. Try and get that thing out of there without banging it too much. One thing I will say though is that freeze is still a little chilly. Of course, a lot of the people that are from here are like, oh, this cold is welcome, blah, blah, blah. You know, because we had a really hot summer here. So a lot of people don't mind a little bit of cool weather. I'm just so used to the cold this time of year and not liking it, you know, because for me the other side of that is what comes afterwards. You know, it's not just the cold that you're dealing with right then. It's the 6 months of cold and crappy weather that you got to deal with as well. And that was always a struggle for me up north. It was seasonal depression would set in. You know, I'd be busier than hell from about the second week of August on with firewood and whatnot right up until you know, October or so. And it was a scenario where, you know, that would eventually have to slow down, obviously. And as that slowed down and, you know, people would get their stuff together, you know, they had their heat and whatnot. They didn't, you know, the first phase was done. And until we got, you know, a lot of those emergency calls, I mean, there would still be people that, you know, didn't plan ahead real well and whatever. But as a whole, you know, that would slow right down, and that cold, rainy weather would settle in. And, you know, like I said, most of the people that were going to get wood had, you know, already gotten it or had a pretty good handle on what they were going to do. And so that seasonal depression was real for me. Make sure that didn't hit anything. That didn't. It just rolled over there a little bit. I thought I had it quite a ways away from the truck. But yeah, that seasonal depression was real for me. Some people talk about it and they laugh. Oh, you know, are you depressed or whatever? It's like, yeah, because, you know, you're stuck inside for 6 months or whatever. You know, I'm somebody that loves being outdoors, and, you know, when it hurts to be out there, you don't want to do it. You got to put on all these layers, and the wind cuts through you, and just not so much fun. So for me, the warm weather doesn't bother me at all. And obviously the sun is the other aspect here that you don't get as much of up there, because it's just gray. You get that that gray overcast and the lake effect, you know, lake effect rain, lake effect snow, whatever. And it, you know, that settles in October. All right. Doesn't want to lift it, so we're gonna cheat here. Use our cheat code here that we've got. See how much that stands it up. Huh. It just does not want to draw it in. There we go. There we go. That's how heavy that thing is. Super duper careful with this guy not to flip the truck. Just so you guys that are paying attention are wondering, that is not slow motion. That is me actually running that thing that slow because I'm nervous about that much weight. This lift that does a really nice job. This loader got plenty of power, and you know, like I said, it just does a great job. But it's still, you know, that's just a lot of weight. Just want to try and slip it back this way some if I can. Pretty good amount of it sticking out now. If I could get it to lay down flat, or flatter anyway. I might be able to get a better bite on it. This is the one I said earlier I might have to cut because because of the shape of it. It's so wide. It doesn't want to Nope, 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 nope. That's what I was hoping for. Just set it down there easy. That one was a battle. That might have to go on my blooper reel. You guys get to see me struggle. We had one a couple weeks ago. Jake and I were working on up in the woods for the owner of the company, and it was a pine tree that was hung up with another one, and it was hung up bad, and the top of it was broken out, and it was hung up into a like I said, hung up into another one, and we couldn't get the top to come out that was hung up. Normally, if you notch them and, you know, do like a directional fell away from the, you know, where the you know, the brake is, normally you can get them to fall, and then the bottom will actually pull the top out for you. This one, the top was hung up so bad we couldn't get it to come loose at all. So ultimately had to come over with the mini excavator and push it over with that, you know, by reaching in, because I was driving wedges, everything I could think of, and you know, I just could not get that thing to go. And it wasn't that the bottom was hung up, because there wasn't much of any hinge or anything left. It was just that top was so hung up that it just did not want to come out of there. And unfortunately, I couldn't really do much with it. You know, and that's one of those scenarios where equipment in the woods really is a lifesaver, because you can spend a lot of time screwing around with wedges and, you know, ropes and whatever else, but in the woods it's a little different scenario than taking down a tree in somebody's yard. You got that many more trees normally to hang up on, and other obstacles where the canopy is going to get stuck in. And, you know, the fact is, it doesn't really necessarily matter if you damage anything when you're in the woods, but it certainly does when you're in somebody's yard. So the process is very different, obviously, between. So like I said, that one might end up on the blooper reel because it took me so long to get it off, but you know, you run into those occasionally. Ultimately, the persistence and just sticking with it got it. That dogged, you know, pit bull kind of persistence. But we're gonna go to lunch and then gonna run back out there, I think, and pick up the rest of that load and see what the rest of the day holds for us. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Hey guys, here we are back at our wood pickup, second half of the first real big one here. The first part went pretty well, no complaints there. Was able to get everything loaded that I wanted to and offloaded safely. And now we're gonna get the second piece here. Should be about a third of a load or so, and then I'll call into the office and see if they got anything for me to pick up on the way back through. We flip you around to the helmet cam. Here we go. Get everything set up. probably noticed I'm in a different truck. I'm back in my truck, Mountain Ash, because when I was taking the load back in Sweet Gum there, the steering wheel was at like a 9 o'clock. I had to keep it at 9 o'clock to keep it straight going down the highway. So I was obviously pretty concerned with that. I talked to the guys in the shop, the mechanics, and said, what do you think that could be? And they kind of looked at me like, well, I have no idea. We got to look at that. So they're going to take a peek at that. And then hopefully it's nothing too serious. I checked the tire pressures when I got back, thinking maybe that's what it was a soft tire or something like that. Tire pressures were great. They were at 110 psi, right where they should have been. I gave it a quick look over in the front suspension. I honestly could not find anything. I could not find anything wrong, so I have no idea what was going on with that. As a lot of you guys probably know, I'm not a mechanic. I absolutely do not like turning wrenches. I do it because I have to, on occasion, not because I want to. And I may have missed something, I honestly don't know. I'm not gonna put it past myself to have missed something, but I honestly don't know what it could be. I just know that that's something's going on, and it's certainly going to cause excessive tire wear if you don't get it addressed. So they're going to go ahead and get that looked at. This thing is running really strong today. I don't know if it's because the idle's up so much, or if when they had it in the shop there, they just put more fluid in it. I added 5 gallons the other day because it was pretty low, but this is it's running smooth and relatively fast as compared to the norm for this thing anyway. I do really like I like this work, and I can see myself in the future having one of these trucks. Gotta try and get that over there a little bit. Boy, is is it sensitive? I think it's just because the RPMs are up so much. Pump is really pushing. Like I said, everything is running real strong. Set that one back down. Don't like the way it feels, and that's why right there. That's a much better bite. Get kind of spoiled with some of these other grapples, like that one I was running there a little while ago is a lot tighter than this. I like this truck, I like everything about it, but I will tell you that grapple constantly opening up on you and you having to keep pressure on it constantly. It kind of gets old. Alright, so that part is done. I am going to put this guy down there. We're gonna climb down, rake up here. Yeah, I can see in the future doing the owner-operator side of this for sure. I enjoy the work. And I like the challenge. It feels like, you know, it feels like something I could do. Little bit of debris here, no big deal. The crew leader apologized for the debris, and I said to him, I go, dude, I don't mind, and I'll be honest with you, I'm used to it. Not that that's necessarily right, but it is what it is. I've been saying it right along that, you know, we shouldn't be doing a lot of this stuff. You know, we should be spending our time hauling and whatever else, not raking and cleaning up after the crews. But in a situation like this, you had a really big pile of logs and a lot of this broken stuff inside of it. There's only so much you can do with it. So I'll clean it up. And again, I appreciate the fact that he acknowledged it more than anything. You know, some of these guys just expect us to do it. And it's not really our job to be doing all that. Since there's so much, I'm gonna go ahead and grab it with a grapple, and then I'll finish raking, because that's a pretty good amount there, and I think it's more than what's, you know, what I'm gonna fit on there. I can to keep it off the lawn. Got a pretty good drive ahead of me here on the highway, so want to get that down in there as far as I can. Should be able to fit the rest of this in this grapple this go around. Like I said, if nothing else, I really appreciate the crew leader just acknowledging the fact that there was more mess than he would normally like to leave. It's kind of sucks to be the cleanup guy from a job and you know, kind of taken advantage of sometimes. We went to one the other day and I flat out told the dispatcher, I said, this can't happen, you know, this is crazy. I'm not sure what this particular crew leader was doing, but I don't know, maybe he had an off day, I don't know. I just know that it's awful expensive for the company to be sending you know, me out and Jake out to clean up messes when you've got guys that make, you know, a lot less than we do that are already there that should be doing it. You know, one thing, if they just legitimately don't have time or can't get the work done for whatever reason, it is what it is. But to just leave a giant mess and expect us to clean it up, you know, we're not a maid service, and from a business perspective, that's not it's not good business to have your operators, which are, you know, tend to be more experienced and higher paid guys, to have them out there doing this stuff. You know, they should be operating, making money for the company. So here is the end of my cleanup. Don't know what's going on here. Oh, my rakes and stuff. Everything's spun around. So I'll get back here and show you guys a good picture of it. That's what it looks like after I'm done working on a job. Every time, everywhere I go. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Like, share, subscribe. Help us grow the channel and our reach. And I appreciate y'all. You guys are great. Have a great day.